Okay. iBasso iT01 because you guys asked and asked and asked. So go ahead and get a listen. Okay. Got a box. Push out type. Case is flip up. Got so we got in here. Squeeze this or something. There we go. We got tips. We got tips. We got tips. And we got a cable. Put this to the side. I do remember one person saying that this was about $100 cable. That caught my attention. Feels nice. Feels mostly copper, which I would prefer over silver plated just because I'm old school. It's got a nice Y split and its chin slider works. And then we've got red for right, nice and easy to identify. Okay. iBasso A2. They look very nice. Look at that American flag in the background. Bam. Patriotism. Actually, nationalism. I'm that strong. I live in a foreign country and I respect their nationalists. You gotta love where you're from. But appreciate where you're at. I'm in Japan right now. I enjoy being here. I love America though. iBasso iT01. They look good. I don't know if these scratch over time. They've got a very simple. These remind me of the 1964 audio in their black plastic kind of design. That's not really a good thing. But maybe this is a special scratch resistant type. Size looks okay. Please tell me there's not a cheap screen on the end. I don't know. We'll see. That is the bud. Take a closer look. So this is the set that everybody wanted me to try out. Or a lot of you. So hold on just a second and I will give it a try. Alright. Okay. This is probably the first or second most requested with the TFC Secret Garden, and this TFC Secret Garden have an unforced error, and that's the mids. Vocals in particular. I don't care what anybody says. Those have recessed mids, and it's clear in the vocals. Or piano stuff, or... This doesn't have any unforced errors. Listening to the piano on Aerosmith, it sounds very good. I'm using the green-edged foams, and I'm getting a full, perfect seal. This cable looks like almost 100% copper, which I love. Aerosmith, Fleetwood Mac, the bass hit on Bone Crusher sounds slamming. Everything sounds fantastic. This is going to be a set that is going to be in the dynamic battle. And it'd be hard to imagine something doing better than this. I'm only 4 minutes in, and this isn't a review, but my distaste for the company is not the company, but the sycophants that surround it and say, it doesn't have a lag. And then I do a video with one DAP. Well, it doesn't. Mine doesn't have a lag. And then I get another DAP as a replacement, hold both of them at the same time, do a video and show that both, by absolute coincidence, have the same lag. And then the company releases a firmware, and in its corrections and its list of stuff, it's addressed the firmware. So there's nothing wrong with iBasso. It's the people that are around iBasso that are a problem. They don't help the company at all. And this is a great set, but I never would have ever trusted any one of the people that surround iBasso and do reviews for them because I don't trust them at all. At all. I would maybe go the opposite direction because of what they say. Seriously. Just like this thing, if somebody says it's raining, I'm going to wear my shorts and go to the beach because you can't trust them. I don't trust the people that surround iBasso. These sound really nice. I never would have known if you guys hadn't kept asking for it. I never ever would have requested something or sought out something from this company by myself. iT20s were something I wanted because it's a DAP and I want to do those, but I didn't see the need for a single dynamic from iBasso, and it turns out might be, aside from my EX1000s, which are totally different animal because they're really studio reference tuned, these are fun, which would indicate a V, but not really catching the loss of detail in something like this track. And again, the piano. It's going to be an issue. It's not. The piano sounds better on these than it does on the T2, and on the T2 it sounds pretty decent. So just an example of something that's got a reasonable balance. Slightly dipped mids for sure. These sound better than that, maybe just because of overall quality of the materials and the tuning. I don't know, but these sound very, very, very nice. So I'm gonna do a video about these. I believe these have a single 10 millimeter driver. I don't know if it's coated with diamond dust or nanotubes or beryllium. Beryllium I love. I don't know what it's coated with, but I believe it's a 10 millimeter driver. So that's the iBasso. And I'm actually going to stick something in here while this plays. Now, so there's going to be a full video for that. Go ahead and get you off of your own box. You've earned that. You can sit right there. This is a $1,000 device called the SoundAware M2 Pro. I'm going to stick it in here because I'm not going to give it its own video. It's got a cover on it. When this came to me, it was dead. Standby time, even when it's off, is maybe not the greatest. I want you to watch this now. This costs $1,000, $1,200. This is your basic theme right here. List manager, storage, music, sound settings, sound option, sound gain, high gain, low gain. That's basically what you get. Let me go back home. SoundAware has its own sycophants, people that surround it and tell it all good stuff. I will say to SoundAware that I'm not going to do a video for your device because I'm not capable of appreciating what this is, and I'm not sure what it is. It's got dual micro SDs. It's got a USB connection. You've got volume up and down. You got power, balanced. I believe that what's underneath here on the board is of high quality. And is very good. The problem is that the interface of the device is screen that's about the size of a first-gen file, and it's not actually as good as a first-gen file. So whoever is advising this company as far as everything that goes from the front of this plate to the user, which is the user interface, needs to do a better job. It sounds good. It has no EQ. I'm not going to put the name in the title because I'm not going to bash the item. Because I'm not sure if I just simply can't appreciate what its merit is. Yes, it does sound good, but there's a lot of DAPs that sound good. In the $1,000 price range, there's several. I thought that the DX200 at $899 2.5 years ago was a money grab, and now I look at that and what you could do with it, and then 2 years later, look at this and wonder what. This looks like 2015, top of the line, and we're almost 2019 now. So there's a phrase that says, shooting yourself in the foot, and I think the image of shooting yourself in the foot is someone like cleaning a gun and bam, oh, unforced error. They made a mistake. They hurt themselves, which is what you do if you do a review of something you don't do it well. Doesn't have to be positive, but you don't do it well structured, which is what I'm doing with this thing. So this isn't shooting yourself in the foot in the typical sense. This is actually me taking a gun, pointing it at my foot, and shooting myself in the foot, because this company will never send me anything ever again. And I don't care. That is an injury that I will limp with for the rest of my life and not really care. If this is what they think $1,000 should get a consumer, I don't think that I'm the person that should be touching their gear, and I'm certainly not the person that would be recommending their gear. Gotta do better than this, man. Gotta do better than this, and you gotta get people that are doing demos with your gear to come to you and say, hey, and then bring samples of the newest, latest stuff and say, these guys are doing this and these guys are doing that. That's just a few $100s more. I know you think, oh, it's a different. Come on, man. Come on. In Japan, this is like 1,900. In Japan, this is probably like 1,300. It's about $600 difference. You know, that's not a lot. Once you're over $1,000, you're in another land. You're people that are borrowing money from a credit card, or they're just generally got a lot of money. This is what's happening now. Not this. This is 2015, I guess. Did I say that these are very nice and I was quite surprised? And I'm not going to put the name of this device in the title because I can't appreciate it. There's something about this. Oh, it's the music, bro. You can't appreciate the music. Oh, no, I'm all about the music, actually. If something doesn't sound good. If this sounded awesome, like the iT01 M1, they had a balanced thing that sounded really good. The Zishan. There's some things that are really ghetto. And I'm cool with it. I can look at it and say, this is for people who are into the niche stuff. I don't really think that this is kind of a niche item by its size. It's not particularly peculiar. It's like a big fat iPod with this navigation system. It's not breaking any ground, and it's not odd enough to be a niche item. So it's got two storage slots. You've got no EQ. If I'm using a set and I want to increase the bass a couple dB because I want to, because that's what I want to do, and I paid $1,000 for my device, I'd like to be able to do that. I don't think I'm asking too much. Why don't you talk about the sound? People, this plugged into this, the signature and tuning of this would be the final say that goes in my ears. So if this sounds is really good, this would probably do its best to resolve what this already did and to pass it to my ears. So as good as this is, if I use cheap IMs, it's not going to sound really great. If I use better IMs, it's going to sound better. This is really what's going to make the big difference on how this sounds. I listened to several IMs with this last night, did a video that was 20 minutes long, and then just canned it because it was a rip fest, which is what I'm doing now, but I'm not swearing every other word, which is what I did last night because I was just pissed off. JVC has released a $2,000, and I heard it. And the Sony flagship, I heard it. They want $1,000 for this. What is happening with the hobby? This is getting ridiculous. Stop harping on Astle and Kern, man, because look at this thing. That is just so basic. So basic without any special sauce, without any, it doesn't even have an EQ. I already had my card in here. This is their card. Get rid of the sycophants. Hire a new ent. Look at that. Look at that. Bye. Yeah, bye-bye. Holy crap. I asked somebody about this company, and they said, yeah, I'm friends with somebody in the company, and I hesitated to do anything but, like, the shoot yourself in the foot thing. I'll walk with that limp. You're not going to see Soundaware stuff on my channel anymore because they'll never send it to me, but I don't give a shit, because if this is what $1,000 from that company buys you, I have no interest in listening to it anyway. Getting back to this set, very nice. Matter of fact, it's probably going to make my top list for the month. I got to listen to it further, but these are very, very nice. So, good job. These are better than the Secret Garden. Boom. Doesn't take a genius to know that. If you think the Secret Garden sounds better than the iT01s, please leave a comment, because I'd be interested. I'd want to actually know the song. Please make it something common. I'm not into death metal or EDM. So something that you see that I listen to and you think the Secret, because I got the Secret Garden with me, that sounds better than this. I actually love the cable. Somebody was saying this was good cable, and I thought, I know cables pimp. This looks like pretty much copper. Is that true? Because oh, I love copper. I love copper. This is what connected my receivers to my speakers. This is what connected my car receivers to my subwoofers. Much fatter, actually, but copper. It's like gold is to the ancients and people today. Copper is to audiophiles. Take your cryogenically unicorn dust sprinkled bullshit and stuff it in your fucking ass. I'll take copper every time. This sounds really nice. Review will be coming up. 18 minutes of your life just toyed with, like a fucking yo-yo, and I don't even apologize. iT01s. Opened the box and really thought I was going to start slamming on this, and it sounds very nice. Sorry to stick the other thing in, but instead of giving it its own video and bashing the crap out of it, you saw it. I said what I thought about it. Don't spend your money on it. Or do. Maybe that's your niche. I appreciate this a lot more when I see. Let's turn you off now. What some other people want and what some other people want for it. Holy crap. This hobby's getting nuts, man. I heard the new JVC. I have connections in the industry in Japan. They don't want me to touch their gear and do videos for reasons that you've just witnessed. But having me say, I heard something and it sounds nice, to them seems like something that has merit. I can say it about the Sony flagship, the new one. I can't say that, sadly, about the JVC. And you guys know I'm a JVC head because of the bass head days. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Full review will be coming up.